Problem number 6 talks about a man who's standing on level ground 50 feet away from the wall of a building. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure I create a good drawing, all right? So I'm going to think of dude being 50 feet away from a building. So here's my building. Okay? He's 50 feet away. Now it tells me the angle of elevation. He looks up to a window. So I'm going to draw a window somewhere on this building. So let's say my window is right there. Okay? It says he looks up to the window at an angle of elevation of 28.5 degrees. Okay, so notice I'm drawing every bit of this. He then looks to the top of the building. Okay, so that's him looking to the top of the building. And it says looking at the top of the building, the angle of elevation is 35 degrees. Okay, so this larger angle is 35 degrees. Okay, every bit of this has been me drawing. Then it asked me, what's the approximate distance between the bottom of the window and the top of the building, all right? So the bottom of the window to the top of the building, in other words, it is asking me to find this distance, all right? That is the distance that I'm looking for. Now, in order for me to actually find this distance, I need to look at the right triangles that I have created, right? Now, I have a smaller right triangle, and I have a larger right triangle. They both have a base of 50, and I have this segment, which is really the difference between their heights. So I'm going to separate this problem into two right triangles. All right. The first one having a base of 50 and an angle of 28.5 and an unknown side x, or because it's vertical, let's just stick to y. All right. My other one, a very similar triangle, angle of 35, unknown height, base of 50. So now I can choose between my three basic trigonometric ratios to see which one helps me find this side. And if I remember my trig ratios, this would be the adjacent side, this would be the opposite. So for both of these calculations, I'm going to use tangent. For the first calculation, I'm going to say tangent of 28.5 equals opposite, or y, over adjacent 50. All right, and if I use my calculator, all right, go to my calculator, and I'll say a tangent of 28.5, and I multiply that by 50, I get 27.14. In other words, that vertical distance is 27.14. Okay? I will do the same for the other problem, so I will say 50 tangent of 35. I'm speeding it up a little bit. So 50 times the tangent of 35, and I get 35.01. So this other distance is 35.01. Now all I have to do is find the difference between those two. So I'm going to say 35.01 minus 27.14. That gives me 7.87, which it looks like B is my best answer.